Okay? I'm going to let you in a little secret. There is no such thing as diaphragm breathing. There's no such thing. Because you always breathe with the diaphragm. Because there's no muscle in the lung. The lung itself can't do anything. It has no muscle. So actually, when you breathe, you're always using your diaphragm. It's just that you don't know how to use it efficiently. So when we say use the diaphragm, deep breathing, abdominal breathing, we're now training for the Olympic in breathing, okay? So you always use a diaphragm. There's no possibility of not using a diaphragm. But we're now, you can start to feel, you can start to feel that you're actually doing much deeper breathing because you're moving up and down the diaphragm. When you breathe in, you're pushing down. When you breathe out, you're pushing up. Okay, so the last one, let me kind of talk a little bit about why this abdominal breathing is so important. So we all know about Homo erectus, right? Homo erectus is when an ancestor first walked upright. Well, the only reason that they can walk upright is because they walk down from the tree. But then they have to protect themselves once they are among predators. So two things has to happen. They need to know how to use the thumb so they can hold a weapon. Then they have to develop a nervous system that allows them to sense danger. And so humans over the years have developed this thing called a bunch of what's called autonomous nervous system. A very important one called the sympathetic nerve system, where it's actually beyond your control. You don't have to do anything. The mind knows what to do. So when it sees danger, it kicks your body into this called the fight or flight mode. The first thing it does is that it sends a signal to your adrenal gland. The adrenal gland then sends out all these cocktail of hormones, what we now call the stress hormone, some of which travels through the bloodstreams and some of which travels through the nerve system. The one that travels through the bloodstream is called cortisol. It actually goes in the kidney before it goes to the heart. It goes to the kidney, and then the kidney tells the heart to pump, because you're now either fight or flight. Then it sends a whole bunch of chemicals throughout the body called adrenaline. Shuts down all the things you don't need, like the digestive system, the reproductive systems, your salivary gland, all kinds of things. Just shut it down because you gotta survive. And if you don't have that, you will die. So this is very important. So don't think that this is important. This is probably the most important for the evolution of a species. So, however, in modern time, we are under stress 24/7, and we don't know how to turn it off. There's no way to turn it off. The sympathetic nerve only knows how to turn it on. It doesn't know how to turn it off. So to turn it off, there's actually a separate nerve system called the parasympathetic nerve, and it reverses the process. And you'll find that all the exercise that you do, whether it's yoga or Tai Chi or just, that's what it does. So this is just another way of reversing. So how do we do that? We go back to the days when we were a tiny fetus inside the womb of a mom. As it turns out, the body is an amazing organism. Western science tend to think of the body as a collection of parts, like they would think of an airplane. So if you have the airplane, you have the landing gear, you have the engine, you have the tail, you have the wing. And if you're losing speed, you go to the engine. If you're losing altitude, you go to the wings, and whatever. There's a part for everything, and they think of the body like that. There's a kidney, there's a and that's what they do. They just go to individual part. The Chinese think differently. The Chinese over 4,000 years, they don't think like that at all. They don't think of a body as a collection of parts. They think of a body as an energy system, that everything has to work together. So it's obvious that if you want to do therapy on the adrenal, you massage the back because that's where the kidneys are. It turns out that the kidney there's an energy field that is associated with the kidney. And so last week we talked about the 12 meridian lines, the 12 energy lines. And so the kidney function actually has an energy field that distributes all over our body. It's as if you're losing speed and the mechanic has to go to the tail to adjust the engine. So it turns out that there's an energy line that has to do with the kidney and adrenaline that starts with the pinky, right here. And it travels all the way up to the top of the head. It's an energy field. So one of the ways that you can do therapy on the adrenaline, because most of us, 9 out of 10 of us suffers from adrenal fatigue. We don't know how to turn off the stress hormone. So the way to do that is to massage the bottom of the feet. So think of your feet, forget about the toes for a minute. So the length of the feet, 1/3 from here, actually right in the center, massage that. That actually releases the stress on your adrenal gland. Use the knuckle, press down on it. Okay? It's a little bit of pain, it's good pain. Okay? Same thing on the other side. Press down on it. Okay? Press down on it. Alright. The next thing you do is we go back to the abdominal breathing and then we combine it with this way of circulating the energy field so that it's not just the adrenal but all of the 12 organs. In addition to the 12 energy lines, there's 2 very important energy lines. These are called the principal energy lines. One in the front, one in the back. The one in the front, they all kind of converge into that point on the bottom of your the bottom of your torso between your reproductive organ and the opening of your bowel. And then this one goes from there to right here. Okay, there's a point right here. Okay, we call that the center of man, center of human. That's one energy line. There's another energy line that starts from here, goes all the way up to the back. This one is very interesting. This one is translated into conception vessel. It took me a long time to investigate. It turns out that in Chinese, it's a word that rhymes with conception, rhymes with pregnancy, but not pregnancy as a process, but just the beginning part of pregnancy before the fetus can survive on its own. So this line here is very interesting. This line here is very, very interesting. I call this the prenatal. Prenatal as when the baby, before he or she was able to survive on its own in the side of the womb. So all the vital organs that has to do with that, the lung, the heart, the kidney, the splint, all has to do with this energy line. The rest of it has to do with this energy line. So it turns out that when you study the baby, and my wife, we have 2 kids, so when my wife was pregnant, I noticed that she has this line, and you all know this if you ever had a baby girl, you have this line in front of you, which disappears after the baby is born. So this is the reflection of the energy being developed in the child. So this practice is really going back to the prenatal stage. So I'm going to go through the posture. Sit with the feet firmly on the ground. And if you sit on the chair, just drop your feet, but make sure your bottom of the feet is touching the floor. 1, 2 is relax your hand. Don't lift it up, just relax. You can do this, doesn't matter. You can have munja, doesn't matter. The third is you have to straighten up your spine as if someone is pulling on top all the way up, and then relax. Now take your body, torso, move forward. And as you move back, hold the hip. Now you feel the pressure on the adrenal. Keep that pressure. Open your shoulder, drop your shoulder, relax your shoulder. Take your forehead, push it back until the back of your neck touches the collar. And then lean back some more so the weight is on the spine and not on the muscle. I mean, you're supported by the spine, not by the muscle. At this point, tuck in your chin, looking down. Relax your eyelids so you can actually see your knee and perhaps your hand. The next one is funny. The next one says, take the tip of your tongue, push it. Don't push it hard, but just push up so that you touch the teeth, between the teeth and the roof of the mouth. In fact, it's the back of this energy point. That's what the baby does. If you ever watch the baby after they were born, when they sleep, that's what they do, because they do that for all these months inside the womb. Push it up, because that's the beginning of this conception energy line. Now focus on your breathing. Breathe in. Open your stomach. When you open the stomach, it means that you're pushing down the diaphragm. Now breathe out. Bring in your stomach. Bring in again. Open. Bring it back in. This is what the baby do inside the womb. They don't need to breathe because there's no oxygen, but yet they have to move the abdominal like this because they need to take in the nutrient through osmosis, but they also are massaging all the inner organ. So we are providing therapy to our adrenal system by massaging the kidney, massaging our intestines to improve our digestion, massaging a liver, a spleen. So breathe in, open the stomach, breathe out, collapse your stomach. Now it turns out that as you do that, you're also generating electricity because the intestines are piezoelectric. Now what you want to do is you want to bring that energy up to the top of your head. All you have to do is, as you breathe in, you focus on the bottom of your spine, and you shift the focus slowly to the top of your head. Bring your body with you, straighten up your spine, open your shoulder, rotate your forehead, tuck in your chin. As you breathe out, start at the forehead, go down to the nose, to the chin, to the front of the body, to the stomach, to the belly button, all the way down to the bottom of your torso. Make 180-degree turn, come back, check the pressure on your adrenal, and then go back up again, okay? So we're going to do this for 3 minutes. One cycle at a time, one at a time, okay? Have faith, have faith. Go up, bring your body with you, go down, relax. Commit yourself to 3 cycles at a time, 3 cycles. 1, 2, up and down. When you finish with 3, commit to 3 more. In the beginning, you don't feel very much, but after a while, you really feel that there's some energy that goes up. It in fact will go up on its own. Just have to follow it. Relax. Just follow your breath. will drift away, tell to come back. There's a little trick to this. You have to enjoy it. You really have to enjoy it. And the way to fully, fully appreciate it is to start with gratitude. Just be very grateful. Very, very grateful with our body, our health, our family, our friends, all of the people who are on front line protecting us from the epidemic. Be very grateful. Then you will start to feel there's a sense of bliss. When you go up, make sure you check your body, adjust your body. When you come down, adjust your mind, relax all the way down. When you go up, it's as if you're bringing fresh oxygen, positive energy to the top of your head. When you come down, it's as if you're taking away all your negative energy, all your anxiety, all your anger. Bring it down, let it settle. And then one more time, go up. Feel the comfort. And come down. When you come down, check your kidney. Check put a little bit of pressure on that. And then go back up. Okay? So this is, I noticed that there's a question and it says, is this Qigong? Well, let me explain what the word Qigong means. Qi means energy, Gong means practice. So yes, it is Qigong as we're practicing our energy field. But it's not Qigong in the sense that Qigong is also a name of a practice and we're not doing that, okay? We're very respectful of that, but we're not doing that. And so you can think of this as, think about when you go to the hospital, you do magnetic resonance imaging, MRI. So this is like that. This is MR, magnetic resonance therapy. There's so many things going on, but one of which I explain is that you're moving your stomach, exercising your stomach. Your small intestines and the large intestines are very long. They're like 6 times the height. So that's a lot of surface area. So as you generate electricity, this is like a capacitor to store static electricity. And you use the brain because now you're providing a electrical potential. Once you have the electrical potential, the electrons would flow. The spine is a very conductive conduit. So the electrons start to flow. And when the electrons flow, it generates a magnetic field. Now the magnetic field couples to the other parts of the body, and now you have magnetic resonance therapy. It's just very scientific.